But a brand new edition of ET Now on the go. We visited Hyderabad this time, and located at Hyderabad is one of the premier institutes of India as well, a gem in India's higher education crown, the ISB, or the Indian School of Business. With its focus on emerging markets, strong research and commitment to developing leaders with a global perspective, the Indian School of Business has established itself as a globally recognized business school. Hear it out from the dean himself, Madan Pillutla.
Hello and welcome to the cerebral surroundings of the Indian School of Business, India's top management institution. We are today with Madan Pillutla, the Dean of the institution. Welcome to ET Now, sir.
Thank you.
My first question to you would be that how has management education evolved from the time ISB was founded in 2001, and what has been the contribution and role of ISB in improvising the level of management education in India?
So Anurag, first, thank you so much. It's a privilege to be on the show and talking to you. So when ISB started in 2001, conceptualized about 3 or 4 years before that, there's a very clear recognition that India had a vibrant management education system. The jewel in the crown, the IIMs, you had great institutions like XLRI. These were institutions that primarily educated people who finished their undergrad and then came straight in for a management education. What was felt at that time was that we needed a great school, a school like those schools, which also educated people with 3 or 4 years of experience and then came in after the experience for a management education. So that was one reason why ISB was started. The second reason, the IIMs and the other institutions in India, great schools that they were, was a little less focused on doing research. Academic research. There was a lot of research that was going on there that was applied. There were case studies that were being developed there. So there was wonderful stuff happening there. But what was felt was like the great institutions of the West, like the Chicagos, the Stanfords, the Kellogg's, the Whartons, the London Business Schools. There was a perceived need to study India's problems in a rigorous way and attempt to do research that would then be world-class in some fashion. So he said, let's build an institution where that kind of research can be done.
Research and innovation, how can institutions and how can policymakers, how can management institution like yours, how can we take this to the next paradigm in India?
But what does a business education do, really? So I know of no other degree that answers this fundamental problem of how do I use resources which are limited out there in the world, how do I deploy them in a fashion that is very efficient, right? So we think about and say, so any time that I go out into the world and try to solve a problem, I need resources to solve a problem, but the resources tend to be limited because same resources might be required for different problems that are out there. So how do I apply my mind such that I'm solving the right problem with a minimal amount of resources? And I at this point in time, I can't think of any other education that allows you to be able to do that. So you think about and say, what does a management education do? You see the people who have graduated from ISB, for example, in what walks of life are they there? They're there in all walks of life. They're there in the NGOs. They're there solving important problems like water, inequality, education. So these are people who are ISB alumni or other management institutions alumni. They're doing that because they have an innovative take on problems.
Why is there such a craze in India for parents to send their kids abroad to study? I mean, management is just one of the faculties, but why are parents so keen to send? And how can institutions in India reverse that trend?
So the way I see it, at least, right, and I'm sure there are many answers to this, but I see it as two fundamental reasons, two fundamental drivers.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.